Dude, good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
We were talking a little bit before this. Eric has had a rough morning already. Dog got sick, but hey, he's here, and that's what matters, right?
Amen.
Amen. Well, guys, welcome to the Drag Drive Repeat News presented by Summit Racing for March 21st, 2026. I can't believe how fast this year is going. People are working on their cars like crazy to get ready for upcoming events. And dude, event promoters have like clicked it into high gear, man. We have had, I think we're building, or not but the drag and drive community is building the next generation of event promoters for sure. So, why don't you hit that intro video and let's do this thing.
All right, let's go.
All right, guys. Well, like I said, welcome to the Drag Drive Repeat News presented by Summit Racing for March 21st, 2026. My name is Mike Narks. I'm the host of this show or this episode, I guess this news episode, and the show that happens on Wednesday nights. And my right-hand man right here, Mr. Eric White. What you got going on, dude?
I'm Eric White, co-host of the show and news. Lately, just been doing a lot of artwork, getting stuff ready for the circuit. We are getting so close to the circuit, so trying to get all of our artwork prepared for that, and did some stuff for Conquer the Concrete and Thunder Valley Raceway Park, which was kind of fun. So, yeah, a lot of artwork recently.
Yeah, doing a great job on the Conquer the Concrete stuff, and obviously on the circuit. I love that we're featuring so many racers. I mean, I think there's like 15 racers a week that we're featuring or something like that across the social media there. So it's pretty fun to see all the cool stuff you got coming up, and we're even sprinkling in some of the route stops and all that. So again, you're the man. Appreciate it, dude. And
Yeah.
yes, you know what else? Like as our boy Brandon Parker says there, good morning, race car friends. Just want to say thanks to you guys, man. It's been really cool this week. My birthday was Wednesday night, and dude, I really tried to go through and comment on each one, but good Lord, dude, they were coming so fast. It's too hard to do that. So, it made the obligatory, hey, thanks for saying happy birthday to me post, and it's about the only thing I think you can do anymore. So I just want to say thanks everybody for being out there, for saying happy birthday, but also for just being a part of this thing we got going on right here. You know what I mean? We're really trying to push the drag and drive community to that next level. And of course, we can't do that without our sponsors. Summit Racing, man, I'm going to put a new fuel cell in the old truck. So I jumped on Summit this morning actually and was looking at measurements and stuff like that. And, you know, it's funny how often you spend time just randomly looking at stuff on that site. So,
Yeah.
anyways, Deech Works, fuel injectors, everything you could possibly need for fuel. We were talking about that before the show. I'm working on the old truck after this. I hope I don't need a set of injectors, but if I do, I hit up our boys at Deech Works, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Camps, JWire Solutions, AFCO Racing Products, Performer Built Transmissions, Car Chains 3D, and Low Dollar Motorsports. Y'all, we can't do it without those guys. And I know I need to make a new bit of artwork, man. I put that on my list there. I need to put that on my to-do list for today. But appreciate all these sponsors. If you guys are shopping, go over, hit them up, see what I know they have something that'll work for you. And let's listen to the sweet buttery voice of Mr. Brian Loans talking about Summit Racing.
What does it mean to be built with Summit? It means you're hitting the autocross, drag strip, dirt, or open road with confidence. Because built with Summit means you're using parts from the top names in performance. Let's build it together. SummitRacing.com.
And you snuck this in the notes here, and I love it this morning because this is a great topic. And I want people to answer this in the comments now or whenever they get a chance to watch this later. So run us through here.
So Summit made a post. It said, be honest, how many 10 millimeter sockets do you currently own? And I didn't get to go through a bunch of the comments, but some of them were pretty funny. The first one there, own or know of their whereabouts. And that's a trick question. Own or can actually find.
Yeah, that's exactly right, dude. I would say I'm probably in the teens or 20s, somewhere in there. I've got 3 or 4 of them in my bag that I carry for my, I would say my road trip bag. And then who knows how many are in the toolbox.
That's how many you have, or that's how many you should have?
That's how many I can find. Yeah.
I should have probably about 20 of them with all the tool sets I got, but I could probably only find about 7.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. I don't know if it's that they're so small or that you just use them so often. Man, so many times you put them on the end of the impact and you turn around and that thing is gone.
MIA.
It has left the chat.
What I do have from a couple years ago at PRI still though unopened is a pack of 10 millimeters from eBay when they were giving those away.
Nice, dude.
So I know there's about four of them probably in there.
So that's whenever you need it, it's like there they are.
Yeah, that's the emergency pack, like open if necessary.
Yeah. That's funny. Break in case of fire. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, again, while you're over there picking you up some 10 millimeter sockets, man, grab you one of those Drag Driver Pete Summit branded hoodies or t-shirts or big brim hats. All right, some Drag Driver Pete updates. This one's pretty light. We've been working on a ton of other stuff lately. It's been pretty wild. Let me get my notes pulled back up here. We're a month away from Mother Road Mayhem. Again, single day drag and drive, going to be at Tulsa Raceway Park during Motorama, which is like a I don't know, it's a morning car show, cruise, test and tune, all that kind of stuff. So just something fun. I wanted to go out and kind of help promote Drag Driver Pete and the drag and drive community while at this event. So April 19th, Tulsa Raceway Park. And then back up, we're not ready for the circuit stuff yet, but next week's show I'm kind of excited. So you saw him make a comment in here earlier. Doug Vine from Moroso is on to talk about oiling systems. This conversation came up because of Cal Hayward, who is a car we've followed for 18 months, something like that, the build and now subsequent rebuild of Cal's car. And it comes down, Cal and I talked and he was like, man, you've got to have this guy on. He helped me really, hopefully we've got this oiling deal figured out and I can keep a motor together. And so we're going to have Doug on from Moroso. It's going to be kind of exciting. And then we're going to have the Deal Brothers on, and it'll be the first time they've been on the show, which is pretty wild to me because they're a great story. Brothers hanging out, building cars together. They own basically 2 shops. They do regular maintenance in one and then build cars in the other. And that's really cool to us. So I apologize to them. I don't know why it's the first time they've been on, but I really am pumped about that. So that's coming up this week, episode 144 of the Drag Driver Pete Show. And then the circuit updates, guys. We're at 38 road trippers. I had said that we're going to do, if we get to 50, I'll do a special t-shirt. Well, like I said on Wednesday night, Karen has said we have until tomorrow night, Sunday night, March 22nd, to get to 50, or we're not going to have a special shirt for the road trippers. And I know a lot of people that are signed up for the road trippers are using it as the waitlist spot. So, that's kind of the way it goes sometimes. So we'll see. I don't know. We're getting close. I think if we had some people share some of the road trip posts or just some of the posts talking about that, again, it's like a sick ward or a road week type class where we're basically, you do everything but race. So you'll have special parking. We're going to do upfront parking. We're going to do all the special spots where people are going to be at, all that kind of stuff. Robert Voss, our camp counselor, is going to run that program. So should be kind of fun. But again, we are 12 folks away from, or 12 signups away from having a special shirt for the road trip program. And of course, road trippers get early and discounted entry into the Circuit 2027 racing. So it's another great way to kind of put in your, get your foot in the door there, because we are sold out on racer spots for the circuit. All right, there's the artwork there. Sorry, road trip. So this will be your special decal that'll go on the window for all of these. And I can't wait to see a few years of road trip stuff for people across the events.
Yeah, that'll be cool. All right, let's talk about some driven racing oil stuff.
Hey, it's Brandon from Fort Smith, Arkansas here. Driven Racing Oil is a performance engine oil that can do it all. GP1 is the ultimate oil for any race or performance application. Whether launching hard at the drag strip, enduring the extreme heat of off-road and circle track, or pushing the limits in top-fueled drag boats and demo derbies, winning racers choose GP1. Compatible with engines from classic hot rods to cutting-edge race machines, GP1's unique surface cleaning and high zinc formulation ensures superior wear protection, particularly for flat tappet camshafts, while solving issues like cylinder washout with methanol and ethanol fuels. Crafted from the legendary Bradford, Pennsylvania base oil and enhanced with state-of-the-art additive packages, GP1 offers the best in protection and performance.
And you guys know DDR10 is the discount code for 10% off of anything on the Driven Racing Oil website. So make sure if you're putting an order in and getting some oil or anything else from Driven for the season, you use that discount code and save yourself a little bit of money. So we're going to talk about this morning is we have our April registrations coming up. So here shortly, the Weekend Warrior Race and Relax is coming up on April 2nd. And then the Drop the Hammer Judgment Day registration is opening up on April 11th. So coming up here very shortly, these are going to be the next events that you can register for. So if you are anywhere in the neighborhood of either one of these events, make sure you sign up and get registered and show your support with those guys and have a little fun.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait to see how the Judgment Day goes. That's going to be great for Drop the Hammer.
Yep, that's their single day event that they're putting on.
Mm-hmm.
And then our next event for the season, which is crazy that we talk about it all the time. We've only had one event so far this season, which was Sick Week. Second event coming up here in 6 days. We've got the Road Trip Drag Challenge at Warwick Dragway. This is March 27th through 29th. Again, 6 days. So next weekend, we'll be talking about this going on.
That's awesome. Feels like it's taken forever to get here.
It does. It's felt like it's been a while. Like I said, that's that big gap from Sick Week to our next event. But from here on out, we start going crazy. I mean, look at all the events here we got coming up in April. We've got Streetcar Bragging Rights, which we had Nate on Wednesday night to talk all about that, which was pretty awesome. Sounds like an amazing event. We've talked about one that we want to attend. You know, we've wanted to attend. We just haven't been able to make it yet. But that is coming up April 15th through 18th at Rockingham Dragway. And that one is 25 days away. So coming up quick, 3 weeks.
That's close.
We've got Redwood Rally Chaos Cruise, again, starting out at Playas Pizza, going to Samoa Drag Strip. That is April 18th and 19th. I don't have my countdowns here, so I'm just winging it. Mother Road Mayhem is our one-day event that we were just talking about. That is April 19th at Tulsa Raceway Park. So obviously that one's coming up real soon too, and that one's 11 days before we kick off the circuit. So like Mike had mentioned, that's going to be a great test opportunity for anybody wanting to come or that is in the circuit. Then we go on to the Carolina Drag Cruise, which is April 22nd through 26th at Shadyside Dragway. And then once again, we end out the month of April with the circuit 2026, April 30th through May 3rd at Tulsa Raceway Park.
Man, one thing I'm excited about, if you look at that, look at how many people are going to be competing in or around, I guess, drag and drive racers that April 15th through 19th. So, you know, we talked to Nate the other night. He said there's 476 people signed up for bragging rights. There's got to be at least 100, 120 people in that are drag and drive racers. And then you've got Chaos Cruise, which I don't know how many people will come out to that, say 70. And then Mother Road Mayhem being the first one, I figure we're probably going to get in the 20s or 30s. I mean, dude, so at 120 for bragging rights, say 70 or 80 for Chaos Cruise, and 30 or 40 for Mother. Dude, it's more than 200 racers across the country. And that's North Carolina, that's California, and then Tulsa. Like, that's everywhere, man. We're taking over the world.
Yeah, 3 events going on the same weekend. It's going to be pretty awesome. Tons of racers.
Yeah, that should give us enough content for that Wednesday night for sure.
No kidding. Yeah, that's when it starts to get good, when we get all these updates from all these events and, you know, have tons of stories to talk about. Well, what I wanted to go into this morning was I made a post about promoters and what events had openings still available, because we hear it all the time. Can't get into an event. Well, here's your opportunity. These are events that registration is already open and there are spots available. So starting out with the Great American Detour, Robert Voss said that they had 26 swag bags available. So again, I think that was $100 for the swag bag. It came with a shirt for the driver, the co-pilot, a decal, and there was something else, I believe. But again, what's that?
I said, sweet.
Yeah. So 26 of those available, but there are unlimited openings of spots for this big event. So again, it's from New York to LA. It's June 27th through July 4th. So this one's going to be pretty crazy. And Robert is still doing a ton of work to improve this. Every week I see something new. And he made a post here and said, I want to give a huge shout out to Brian Tooley Racing, as they have just come on board as the presenting sponsor for the Great American Detour, as well as a sponsor for yours truly, Mr. Robert Voss himself. So pretty awesome there. Obviously, that's a big deal for Robert and for the event.
Yeah, that's an exciting one, man. And this thing is just continually gaining momentum. It had probably more views when it was released than I think most any event has had for our channel anyways. And then, of course, he's just foot on the gas, man. He has really pushed hard. And he's actually locked in, I think he's locked in 3 tracks right now that will kind of make it like a, hey, if you're coming, do these tracks. And I think at that point we're going to make it, an official, like I said the other night, an official regional drag and drive. And he's working on a 4th, which would make it a national drag and drive event level.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
So again, that is one. Again, openings right now. You can go pick up a swag bag. You can register for that event. I want to say swag bags and T-shirts have to be ordered by the 31st, so 10 days, so that he can get those made. And then next up is Back to the Streets. So this is May 20th through 24th at Bunker Hill, Wabash Valley, Wagler, and Brown County. So they have spots available for the diesel class, the Future Street, Junior Street, Modern, Small Tire, True Street, Stick Shift, Hard Tire, and 650 Index. And Matt had said, if racing isn't your thing, you can still join us in the back seater class, which again is like our road trip, sick ward, all those. You get to follow all the action and camp at each track if you would like to. So again, another event here, Indiana area still has openings. So again, this is another event that you can go jump in right now and get registered for. Again, May 20th through 24th.
And dude, you get to go to Brown County.
Brown County, yes.
Like I think it's only open like 3 or 4 races a year. Like it's not open all the time. So this is one of the best opportunities you got.
Yeah. And I've been to Bunker Hill. Bunker Hill is a cool track too.
That's awesome.
And then we have the East Coast Drag and Drive. So Jason Richardson had said that they still had spots available. This is June 26th through 28th. Miramichi Dragway. Listen, this one has Wallies available. Why isn't this event sold out?
Like legit NHRA Wallies, bro.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yep. So pretty awesome. Again, this is a big deal here. So this one, if you guys are in that area, East Coast over there, jump in here, register for this one. Again, like what other drag and drive event are you going to have a chance to win a Wally at?
Not another one. There's not another one.
Yeah. So pretty awesome. And then I think the last one here that still has opening. Nope, 2 more here. Buckeye Skips said he still has roughly 15 to 17 spots available. This is June 29th through July 2nd. Cooley, Durana Raceway, Durana Dragway, back to Cooley. Again, Ohio-based event right here. So again, another event, June 29th through July 2nd, that has opening. So get out there and register for this. And the final one here is Heads Up Hustle. This one is July 24th through 26th. Durana 42, Durana Milan, back to Durana 42. So again, these are all events that still have openings. So registration is already out. We talked about which events have registration coming up. Again, get out and support these guys. Sign up for events. These weekend events are great. So there's no reason that we shouldn't help these guys sell these out.
Oh, for sure. And, for people that don't know, if you go to Heads Up Hustle, you'll hear me announce your name. Not that anybody cares to hear that, but hey, that is part of the perks there.
That is the sweet, buttery voice of Michael Nurks.
Yeah.
And new dates announced. So Street Machine Drag Challenge had released this, I think it was just yesterday, October 22nd through October 31st at Victorian Motorsports Park, Sun Coast Raceway or South Coast Raceway, Dragway at the Bend, Atlantic Oil Sunset Strip, back to Victorian Motorsports Park. And they announced that they have a new class this year. They are doing a 10.5 index class, which is kind of cool.
Nice. Yeah. This one, again, I think this was like in 2015, one of 3 new events. So it went from Drag Week in 2014 as the only one to 4 in 2015. So this is one of them. So they've been running it a long time.
Yep. And then somebody in the comments had made that route on the right, which I thought was kind of cool. I wish it kind of would zoom out so we could see the whole area there and just see how little that is probably on that map in general. Yeah. But pretty cool to see the route there.
Yeah, that's awesome. We've got to get over to Australia for one of the events, man.
It would be wild.
Yeah. One day, man. One day.
Yep. And then I snuck a couple little extra things in here that I thought was kind of cool. David Lips locked in for Speedfest, which is pretty awesome. And I don't know if you saw the picture on the right there. Streetcar Bragging Rights had posted this. HCR Innovations, Devin Vanderhoof chapstick. Thought that was pretty
Bring
unique.
It on, man.
Right. Pretty unique marketing plan there to hand out at Streetcar Bragging Rights.
Here's the question. How many times have you seen a dude putting on chapstick at an event? Right. But if it's HCR Innovations, is it now cool? You know what I mean? Are people going to be walking around going, okay, all right, it's got HCR Innovations on it. Okay. I mean, I think this is genius because, dude, there's so many times by day 2 or 3, your lips are wiped,
Especially if it's super windy in that too.
Yeah. So big shout out to them. That's awesome.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Well, again, that puts us up to 50 events on the Drag and Drive schedule for 2026. Again, you can find all of those events at dragdriverepeat.com/event list-2026. That is in the comments right now. And again, you've got the interactive maps. You can see where all those events are located. We just went through a bunch of events that still have openings. So again, please get out there and register for these events, and let's help these guys sell these events out and have a successful event.
Yeah, I'm excited about all the stuff that's coming up. Again, this year will be the biggest year we've ever seen in drag and drive racing. I mean, we're looking 4,500 racers last year. I'm sure we will top 5,000 this year because there's already so many events that have so many racers, or more than they've ever had signed up already. So pretty exciting. All right, let's move on to the DeechWorks segment here. DeechWorks is the leading manufacturer of high-performance fuel system components. The DW product line includes fuel injectors, pumps, rails, regulators, filters, lines, and fittings, plus surge tanks and pump modules, all engineered to support power levels ranging from 400 to 3,000 plus horsepower. With a focus on engineering excellence and industry-leading customer support, DeechWorks continues to drive the future of high-performance fueling. And of course, they are the official fuel delivery of Drag Drive Repeat, and they offer a discount DDR10 when you're over there on searching for all the, like I said, fuel injectors. I may be looking for some fuel injectors by the end of the day. I don't know. We're going to find out if I can get the old truck running right. But if not, hey, these are decap factory injectors, just sloppy mechanics, whole thing. Maybe it is time to upgrade. I don't know. We're going to find out. But we had a great conversation with Mike Finnegan, Joe Cole, and Rye Klemp a couple weeks ago. And, Joe has been going through, or not Joe, Brian, our video editor, has been going through and editing up some of these clips and coming up to reels and stuff. And so we posted this video the other day, and it's really just, man, it continues to draw comments and attention. So I want to play it, and then we'll have a conversation about it.
Drag and drive community really seems like you get out there, like you meet someone on the first day.
Yeah.
He's your best friend for the whole week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's you meet so many nice people, and it's so much fun. And whether you do good or you don't, you're still having fun.
Yeah,
You're
like
driving your car, you're out doing stuff. Like when you're chasing a championship, you're at a racetrack, you're there all day long. You're lucky if you see a hotel or a diner before midnight. You know, you're up at 5 a.m. to go to the track in the morning. It's a rough life to chase a championship in any kind of professional race car series.
Drag racing it's what I grew up doing, and I fell in love with drag and drive through all the media coverage. But I think the biggest realization was that drag and drive gives you the opportunity. Drag racing is the only facet that I can think of in motorsports where like you're mad when you spend more time in the car, meaning like the car didn't go down the track quick enough, so you're pissed about it. Either you lost the round and you're going home because I didn't go quick enough. You're going to spend thousands of dollars to spend less time in the car. Drag and drive, you get your cake and eat it too. You get to go as quick as you want down the racetrack, or as quick as you legally can go, and then you get some seat time to actually enjoy the thing that, I mean, I don't care how competitive you are, you got into this, for the most part, most of us got into this because the first thing was that we loved it. And then maybe you fell in love with the competitive side of it, but at the end of the day, we all still love cars for the same reason. And the more time that you get to spend just playing with cars is what it is. I love the drag and drive stuff because it's I mean, Sick Week nailed it, like for the adventure. Like it's an adventure. It's you and your boys. Like I'm looking over at Cape Canaveral at 1 o'clock in the morning, and my wife has texted me about there's something beeping in the garage. Like, I'm sorry.
There's a bomb going off.
I can't do anything about that because my only lifeline is this car. Little did I know, within less than 24 hours, it's going to hang the rods in the starting line. And I'm going to still have to figure out how I'm going to get back home.
Oh man, the Rye Clint part of that is good, but the Joe Cole is mainly the conversation here. Is like, how much fun is drag and drive racing? And for us, like the media guys, we get to see everybody. So when you're racing, it's your own little bubble. And he's right, man. You can meet somebody on day one, and dude, anytime you see that person again all week. Anytime in the rest of your drag and drive future, you're like, oh my gosh, so and so, you know what I mean?
Right.
And it's so much fun. One of the comments on it came from the Fox Lodge Garage. It says, a buddy of mine over at Frizzell Racing got me to enter into a local drag and drive, which is Southeast Street last November. He said, I almost didn't because the quickest car I have is the 85 T-Top Fox body, turns out, obviously the Fox Lodge Garage, which in no way is a fast or race car. But he kept telling me it didn't matter. Just go out and see what the car can do and get some seat time. So the story goes on to talk about he loaded his 16-year-old up. Now they're both just completely hooked on drag and drive racing. He said now the build has changed from a clean driver, local meetup car to a quicker drag and drive build. Added bonus, my oldest boy is now hooked, and we're getting his Mustang ready for his first event in a couple months.
Yeah, that's just pretty awesome.
Right? Like we talk about it all the time, but it doesn't take fast cars to have fun in this. And just like what Rye was saying there at the end, like just bring out whatever you got. It doesn't matter. Like,
yeah,
you're spending all this money and all this time to go faster. And that is what, if you like to go really fast, that's cool. We love that because that makes it even more of an adventure. But at the same time, whenever you are out in anything cool, it doesn't matter. Like, people want to see that car. They want to see it driving down the road. We want to see you driving down the road and be able to tell those stories. So whatever you got, man, bring it on. We want to see it and then make it faster for the next time,
100%. Love it.
So, I can't wait. I'm ready. I'm ready for us to do us to race in an event. You know what I mean? Like that's the next step for us, is to race in an event. Because I think I'm 0 for 3. I haven't finished one. Like I could have finished the circuit 2022 in the old truck, but didn't. You know what I mean? I had to make 3 passes that day, and it just was not gonna. I wasn't gonna do it. It was too much work to get it back up there, and that would have been the only one that I would
Yeah.
have finished because the cart laid down on me. You know. That's the way it goes. Anyways, big shout out to Deechworks and the team over there. Of course, our racer party sponsor for the circuit 2026, and bringing 2 cars to the circuit. Man, Mark Campbell's SN95 Mustang that's going to give Brian Acton a good run for the money for the Baker Bounty, and then of course the 4G63 swapped Volvo Amazon. So that'll be kind of fun.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to see both of those.
Yeah, big time. All right, well, let's Car Change 3D should be your first choice for custom 3D printed parts for your project car. Corey can take your idea to reality, like the part we're going to talk about here in just a minute. Maybe you're looking for that special car guy gift they can't get anywhere else. Corey can produce a one-off keychain, like you see here on the screen, for that special person, special car. Find more at carchange3d.com or on social by searching Car Change 3D on Facebook and Instagram. And also on YouTube. They've been putting up a bunch of stuff over there. Now, I know we talk about keychains all the time on here, but Corey produces all kinds of cool stuff all the time, like this dual hook, this helmet and steering wheel hook for roll bar mounts. This is the kind of stuff he does. A lot of this kind of, man, I wish I had this. And he makes it. Like the interior, the roll bar mounted lights are awesome. You know, they went from having a wired in system to now they've got wireless wireless as well. So like you can wire in your interior lights, or man, you can have it on a wireless click button there, which is pretty cool. And then of course things like this, but also the dashes they create over there is pretty awesome. So we'll let you guys go search all that stuff. But I'll tell you, if you've got a cool car, they've got a part for it. And if not, they can make it. In this little part here, I want to give a shout out to Jesse Fox. Him and I have talked the last couple of weeks a bunch. Man, he has been working his absolute butt off to get all of the photos up for the events from 2025 on his website. Okay. So 3gvideo.com. You can find he's got, of course, Redwood Rally 2025. He's got 6 Smokies, dude, 4,600 photos. Come on.
Wow.
That's like a Eric White volume right there, man.
Right.
A lot. He's got Wild West Dragon Dash out there as well. And then Southeast Street and Yeet. And then, of course, Sick Week that just happened. So I'll tell you this much, or 3gvideo.net. Sorry, 3gvideo.net. So I know the amount of work he's put into this is next level insane. Just from my time talking with you and you putting all the photos out, dude, when I look at that many albums, and this is in one post, how does that give you PTSD to think about photos again?
Yeah, a little bit, because I've actually been slowly doing the same thing, trying to get our stuff up on our website. So yeah, it's a ton of work, and I think I'm still halfway through Mega Week right now. So
Oh my gosh.
yeah. So my goal is to have all those out, I don't know, in the near future. I'm not going to put a date on it because it's not something that I'm going to hustle on, but yeah, we'll get them out. But yes, that amount of work is a ton, and shout out to Jesse because he does a ton of good work and his albums are amazing.
Yeah, he did, man. Just the cover shots of these are, our boy Eric Sladen over there throwing down on the Taco Time Fairmont. I mean, God, this shot here from 6 Smokies, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's iconic level photos there.
Yeah, for sure. And man, look, I'm going to Redwood Rally this year. My daughter told me the other day, since we're not going to Southern California, she's probably not going to go with me. So may have a seat open is all I'm saying. This is going to be a cool one, man. Look at that shot.
Yeah, that's again, backgrounds are amazing.
Yeah, I'm in. All right. Well, congrats to Jesse. I know that is a ton of work, and go find all, maybe you're featured in some of these photos. I mean, dude, this is probably 12,000 photos or something he's put up. So surely if you were at these events, surely he's got a photo of you somewhere. 3gvideo.net.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
Next up in the conversation here, this is kind of, it was really interesting. And it's really comes down to streetcar shit, to be honest. Like, that's probably the only way you can describe this. But Will Hogan posted over on the Rocky Mountain Race Weekers group about power steering coolers. Dude, I would have never ever in my wildest dreams thought about that, because one, a lot of people that do race car stuff, don't have power steering. They have manual racks and stuff like that. But apparently a lot of people run power steering in these things. Didn't know that, but works. So Will posted, anyone running a power steering oil cooler seem to be having some issues with power steering after the oil gets hot. Swapped pump and gearbox, no change. Any suggestions? So Al Harvey comes in, says, I run them on customer vehicles with Hydro Boost, which I think is probably a good idea because you have so much fluid pumping through there. He said it helps a bunch. Have you dropped the pressure or still running the pump wide open? And it turns out Will's actually running an overdrive pulley on the power steering, so he's turning it too fast. Maybe an underdrive pulley. I can't remember. Whatever increases the RPM on the pump, he has that pulley on it. And so everybody later on was saying that, that's probably what's causing the issue, is the him driving the pump so much faster than it should be. Tim Flanders, which I didn't know he had a different car, he said, I had to change to a good fluid on my Pro Touring car, and he uses Driven. Kind of cool. And then Jake Geisbreck, I don't know. Probably just ruined that one for that guy. He said, mine would get so hot it would take out the seals on our Hydro Boost, which is crazy, but it never acted weird. Normally it's aerated oil that causes it, but it could get hot enough I put a small universal cooler on it before it returns to the reservoir. Hadn't had any problems since. And if you think back, like if you've torn stuff apart, there's generally a power steering cooler on like late model GM stuff. And so Randy Knowles said 99 to 06 GM truck cooler is fairly plug and play. The factory put it there for a reason, even on vacuum brake trucks. He said, even with the cooler, mine will whine on long drives. So he said, since it's higher than the pump and goes on the return, he said, not use a regular transmission cooler. I've made that mistake on my Duramax. Use a dedicated power steering cooler where the loop is vertical and can't trap any air. Thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So of course I get to looking, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, well, dang, I probably don't need that because how slow I drive the old truck and all that kind of stuff. And it's factory stuff in there. But dude, it's like $46.61 with the instant rebate on Summit Racing. Like, okay, maybe I'll look at that. That's probably not a bad idea because, I intend to drive the truck a whole bunch this year. So I don't want to have any issues while I'm out and about running around somewhere else.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Obviously in the Fox body, I don't have power steering, so it's not an issue, but it reminded me of in the 240 when I used to run some autocross stuff here, it would bubble over during by the time I finished a circuit of the autocross, you could hear it like bubbling over. So
that's interesting.
Might be something someday that I've got to look at for that. But one other thing that reminded me of is like the turbo blanket material, the heat shielding. You can get those for like power steering pumps and for like brake cylinders as well. So maybe another option to kind of try to keep heat away from them.
Yeah, that's interesting. And a lot of folks in the comment section of that thing said that they've gone to electric power steering.
Yeah.
It was pretty interesting. Richard Jones said, I've been using electric power steering kits. Works great. On Hydro Boost, the Amazon, the Volvo unit, and some lines, and be good to go. Less than $300. So
wow,
that was pretty cool. So there's a lot of different ways to do electric power steering. It's I don't know. That's definitely one way. What's Jay saying here?
He said overdriving any accessory and higher RPM than stock will mess up a lot of things. Alternators get killed all the time, hence why there are a lot of companies offering larger alternator pulleys.
Yeah, we went through that. Jonathan Soundstripe, who's in here, said that they had to do one on Greg's car in 2024. Him and I had to overdrive on the alternator struggle when we were at, I think it was Rocky Mountain, or I think it was Race Week 2023 or 4, something like that. And man, he said we could do it. He's like, but I'll go through an alternator every day. So
yeah.
Dang it. That sucks. So, because like nice alternators are really expensive.
Yes, yes, they are. But again, this is why I love the different group pages, the Rocky Mountain Race Weekers, our race car friends group. It's the conversations like this. If you've got a legit question, it's not like most of the time it's not like the old forum days where you ask a question and you get bashed. Like these drag and drive groups are great because there's a ton of good information right there in that post that you just shared.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's like 60 or 70 comments. I mean, everybody had a thought or an experience. So I'll let you thank our race car friends.
All right. Appreciate everybody again tuning in Saturday morning. Can't do this without you guys and can't wait to see all of our race car friends and an event here soon. And again, can't thank our sponsors enough. Can't do it without them. Summit Racing Equipment, Deechworks, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cam, J-Wire Solution, AFCO Racing Products, Performabuilt Transmissions, Car Change 3D, Low Dollar Motorsports, PowerTube TV, WAF Racing, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk. And we're going to move into the Molly segment here, and we're going to cover some stuff that we had on Wednesday night. But man, we put too many notes in Wednesday night. Yeah. So we'll play this, and then we'll talk a little bit about this stuff.
Looking for a forged piston kit for your vehicle? You need Molly Motorsport Power Pack. What is Power Pack? It's the ultimate forged piston kit that comes complete with pistons, performance file fit rings, hot string steel pins, and clips, all engineered to work together, so all you have to do is build something great. Find your Power Pack at mollymotorsport.com.
All right. So in this segment here, I want to feature some more of the cars that we had in the Race Car Friends post when I had made that post a few weeks ago. We shared a bunch of the projects that were going on, but there were so many, I wanted to go back through and catch some other ones. So as we go through here, the first one here was from Brian Nelson, said he was getting his stock suspension 25-3 car ready for action. And I do love me some Fox body stuff. So as soon as I saw this one, knew I had to throw that one in there.
Yeah, especially a notch, man. Gosh.
Yeah.
That's
yeah, Dan, neighbor Dan and I go back and forth on that all the time because he loves a hatch. And I'm like, not a chance. Notch all the way.
It's okay. He can be wrong.
I love it. I love it. Next up here, we've got Dan Chandler, obviously on the left there. He said front suspension removed, air ride, and switch to coilovers, and remove the sway bar, new gear and 4-link bushings, rebuilding the headers, 5-point roll bar for now. So tons of work going on there on the GMC.
That's awesome.
And then on the right here, we got Jason Bergson saying a lot of work, should be pretty dang cool. Hits different building a car for my son with him and a really good friend. So pretty cool. That's going to be a fun little street car there.
Yeah, that looks fast too.
Yeah. Next up here, we've got, this was David Gilmore saying, getting the car I took on Drag Week 2019 back on the road with a Haltech ECU, pulling out the Mega Squirt.
Oh, dude, that's a 2.3 Lima there. I didn't realize that. That's awesome, man. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Pretty cool wagon there for sure. Next up here, we had, this one is Corey Ains. Said Holly Terminator X EFI and rear suspension upgrades and clutch management system. Like, does that look pretty wild to you seeing that sitting there? Well, I guess it's in his hand now I see it, but like just picturing that, is that pretty wild?
Dude, to have a huge 4-barrel on a Volkswagen setup, yeah, I'm in.
I thought that was pretty cool. Here on the left, Chris White saying, I got a brake upgrade.
Nice. Yeah. He needed it for sure. Real quick, Danny Gruboff said, good morning, fellas. Great way to spend my birthday morning watching you guys. Happy birthday, Danny.
Yeah, happy birthday. Thanks for jumping in, obviously, as well. Picture on the right here, Raj himself saying, little fancy box to replace a whole bunch of steam gauges.
Yeah.
So
yeah, this will be a big move for him. This is exciting.
Yep. So pretty awesome there. This one here from Nico saying Malibu got an 850 cage and a bunch of suspension and chassis upgrades, going on a diet, getting turbos, bigger small block, face-plated trans, slipper clutch, basically knew everything besides the crispy shell.
So I'm in a group chat with Nico. Dude, this car is going to be badass. Like,
Yeah, it looks like it.
Completely next level from what anybody's ever seen from him. This car's going to be very, very fast. Like he's wanting a front, like he's going to be up against 850 very easily.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
And I think he's planning on having this ready for the circuit, which
he's trying.
It's very, very quick coming up.
Yeah.
Next one here. Yep. This one was Barry Cook, which said a whole new car to try and come race with the A group guys next year. So this one was interesting. I don't know what this is.
Yeah, it's another Firebird Trans Am setup. This car's going to be really fast as well.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
his red car was 850.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful car too.
Yeah. This one's going to be as nice.
Yeah. Here we got Colin Andrews on the left there saying, also longer project, but disassembly is almost done on the wagon and it's time to start doing metal work on it. Goal is for it to become a turbo 850 small tire drag wagon, which is right up our alley.
Yeah.
So we'll have a full teardown available to watch on the YouTube channel, The Daily Misfire, this afternoon, which was a couple weeks ago when we made the post. So that should be available. But man, a turbo 850 small tire wagon, I'm in.
Yeah. Stop talking. You're saying all the right words, dude.
Yeah. And then on the right here, we got John Woolley saying entire rewire switch and some nice pieces. Obviously, wiring, we talk about it all the time. With J-Wire, like wiring is an art. And that the way those are bundled and everything, I love seeing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And the last one here, Jack Crawford said new wheels, adjustable rear spring purchase for ride height, new constant rate springs instead of variable rate stock style, rebuilt the blown out front shocks, and upgraded valving.
I love this car. I love this car. Man, it's so
Yacht one.
Yeah, it's so cool. And like the photos of it on the ground, bro. It looks tough, dude.
Yeah.
Super tough.
And it's another one of those cars where you see it rolling down the highway or in a parking lot. It looks, like just a cool, old car, but then you see this thing out ripping down the track and you're like, okay, that thing moves for as big as it is.
Dustin said every time someone says 850 class, Randy Seward's ears ring. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that was most of everything that I went through, unless there has been some new things added since then. But next one I did post already, which was talking about, the Love's Travel Stop and gas station and snacks and drinks. So I'll be going through and doing something with those ones as well. Just trying to have a little bit of fun in the group. It was something that I used to do a while back and kind of fell off the wagon on. And I think it's fun just to fire up those conversations. So.
Well, and what's really fun about that is because I'm telling you, I'll go back to those, like the road snack deal, and I'll dig through it. I'll be like, oh man, this would be kind of fun to have on the table at the next event. So, you never know. Answering those may be a good thing. And then you come by the booth and I like gummy sour stuff. If you are also into gummy sour stuff, I'll hook you up. I promise. So, it's always fun to see that, or a certain style of peanuts that maybe somebody likes, or maybe they only like pistachios, whatever. So It's always fun to do that.
For sure.
All right. Let's see. That's the end of the Molly segment. Man, I want to say thanks for putting that together. That's pretty cool. I love those posts. Again, folks over there, get those answered up. Let's move into the Howard's Cam segment here. I'll play it and then we'll talk about some other stuff.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Harris from the Monoxide Podcast. Real quick, Howard's Cams was founded as a racing cam manufacturer almost 80 years ago when Howard Johansson created Howard's Power and Racing Equipment in 1945. Howard's Cams has always used on-track experience to design the most powerful designs, and today they have an even greater group of experienced racers in circle track, drag racing, road race, mud bog, and marine. They use all this input plus the most advanced computer software to design the most competitive race-winning products. From pioneers in drag racing and oval track to cutting-edge marine development, Howard's Cams is at the forefront of the industry. So make sure to reach out to our friend Luke B for your next valve train upgrade.
And big shout out to Harris at Monoxide, dude. He had at PRI. He's dropping those episodes now on on his podcast stuff. He's had Tom Tashner on of Lucky 8 Performance. That was a great conversation. He had Morgan Evans on. You know, just to have Drag and Drive racers on is pretty cool because he talks to anybody and everybody about their car stuff. And so it's kind of cool to be able to hear those stories as well as, like, I mean, dude, he had Dr. Jamie Meyer on. You know, he ran PRI for a few years. So there's a lot of conversations that he's having that's cool. And when you can mix in the Drag and Drive racers, it's even better. But he's at Texas 2K right now. Him and Dan are down there enjoying the fun life there and doing some interviews while they're on site. So pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Do you want to have a moment of silence here, bro? I'm sad. This is
Right.
crazy, man. 86 years old. Chuck Norris has passed away, man. I am of a certain age that Walker Texas Ranger and Roundhouse Kicks.
Like, you grew up on that.
Yeah. The timing was right. So this is sad. I know it's not really car related, but man, there's a lot of us car guys that have watched Chuck Norris do cool stuff for a long time.
Yeah, and it is car related because I'm not gonna find him. I know Rich is in here somewhere. I was gonna say the Canadian Chuck Norris is in here. So
yeah, it's pretty wild, man. You know, and what's always fun is the story. You know, the whatever you call those that come up whenever anything about him. That's right. Yeah, Chuck Norris doesn't die. He just transcends his dimension of reality. And somebody said, you know, he didn't die. He just he finished life. So it's like a whole thing, you know, all the stuff that comes along with those. And man, what a cool dude to always have. You know, just seems like always a great attitude and everything like that. So it's really a sad day to hear that.
Yeah, last night was definitely telling my youngest kid, a little bit about all those, you know, I don't know what you call them, sayings, memes, or whatever. And yeah, he had seen some of them, and we went down a rabbit hole last night, just looking at a bunch of them and laughing. So it was kind of cool. But yeah, definitely wild to think there will be no more Chuck Norris.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's man, kids had a missed opportunity there. And then next up, our Backbone of Drag and Drive Part 5 article came out, and it's actually about Danny Gruba. We dropped it yesterday. Rodney Reeves wrote a great intro. This has been a lot of fun. And what's really been fun for me on this side of it is, one, I haven't had to write these, which has been great. But it's allowed us to really, I don't know, let people tell more stories. You know, now Rodney is doing a great job with these. Brandon Parker's moved in. He's written the next one with James Holth with the Karma Gia. So it's really been a lot of fun to have just another small group chat of people that are like-minded and trying to put out more stories. You know, I think you and I struggle, you know, we do 3+ hours live every week. And so that takes a ton of time to put all of this together. And so having these guys come on board and help get that out there, it's always a plus. And, you know, this week's kind of featured, Danny's not really it's not a single car that he drives. So he told the story of the Ute here, 13-second car. It's been driven from coast to coast to Sick Week. And then, of course, in there is the story of the Sportabout, the AMC little wagon that he did a motor swap on the way from California to Sick Week, I think 2024. So it's just fun. Danny's a great dude, and always, you know, I think he definitely is. If you were looking up Backbone of Drag and Drive, as far as in the dictionary, it's got a picture of Danny Gruba in there.
For sure.
And then last up here in this little spot, man, Rich Guido, world famous, you know, Canadian Chuck Norris. He was over on the Spot Motorsports Media podcast talking about Sick Week and Drag and Drive. And dude, these guys, it's really kind of cool to watch people's face as he begins to tell them about all of the stuff he's done and everything. Like they just don't understand. And it's so cool to see people make that switch. And, I haven't watched the whole episode, but I'm sure these guys are, they're coming for an event very soon. But what I've watched of it has been awesome. It's really a fun episode. And Rich does great. I mean, obviously they have their own podcast on the Clutch Burners podcast. So make sure you're watching that as well. And then last little bit in the Howard's Cams community segment, Sick Prep. Dude, they're the ones down there taking care of the prep for the track at Texas 2K. So
That's pretty cool.
Yep. Congratulations to them. They've built out a great team on that. And it's really cool to see the level that they're taking this, because anytime you can have that sick name tied to something, it just brings way more attention to Drag and Drive. So it's really a big win for all of us here in the Drag and Drive community.
Yes, sir. Well, that's going to wrap up the Howard's Cam segment. So we're going to move into our final segment, which is one of my favorite segments of the morning, which is the Racing Junk Classifieds. Again, Racing Junk Classifieds is the official buy-sell partner of Drag Drive Repeat and your go-to destination for everything from race cars to trailers, engines, and more. So I did something a little different again. I was searching around this week as we're coming up on the circuit. I thought it would be cool to feature some potential cheap car challenge candidates.
Ooh, okay.
So let me show you what I got here. This was
for folks who don't know, cheap car challenge, $3,000 budget.
Yep, $3,000 budget for sure. And there wasn't a lot of options, but there are a few here. So first one up, 85 Thunderbird. How about that? This one's in New York, saying sell my 85 Thunderbird with 15-inch weld wheels, new rubber. The car has been stripped for a Pro Street project I had been working on. The body is absolutely mint. I have the original 302 drivetrain with 166,000 on it to go with, but the motor needs to be freshened. Interior is gone. I also have a 72 429 motor and goes in. Would sell those for additional prices, but the 429 with a C6 trans for an additional $850. So now you're talking $1,800 plus $850. You're still within that budget. Or they got a 351 from a E30 with a trans for $750. So you can buy the shell and a motor and still be within that budget. So I thought this one was pretty cool. If you want everything, the price would be $3,000.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's a good one right there. And the photos in this thing, I mean,
yeah, a few more photos would have been good, but
bro. Like, come on, man.
So there is your option number one. Option number two, a 2012 Challenger roller for $2,500.
Interesting.
So obviously not leaving much left for a budget, but I thought this one was kind of cool. This one is in Alabama. No engine, no trans, no harness or ECM, roller on factory wheels, complete interior, ready to be the race car of your dreams. It's a factory 6-speed manual shell, black interior, black exterior, front fenders, hoods, and fascia removed as they were damaged in a front end collision. Frame rails and subframe appear to be straight. So
nice.
This one's not bad. It has a salvage title and will come with a salvage title and bill of sale. So again, this would be a pretty good start to something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you can buy a Gen 3 Hemi for, but I think it's like LS stuff, for hell, just throw a small block with a carburetor in there. How much fun would that be?
Right. So that was option number two, and option number three would be maxing out the budget, but it's a 66 Dart roller for $3,000.
And you can go over the $3,000. It just takes off of your. They add a tenth to your average.
Probably gonna need a tire there.
Yeah.
So this one is in Texas. It's a 66 dart set up for a big block, brand new Cal tracks, and Calvert racing shocks all around, custom fit headers for a big block, line lock with front disc brakes.
Sweet.
So my question to you is, if you had the option of these three to build,
Oh, Thunderbird
which one
all
are you
day.
building?
Yeah,
Thunderbird?
Thunderbird all day. Yeah, oh yeah, dude.
I think I'm going to go with the Challenger and drop some oddball motor in it that, have sitting around, and then probably slap it together pretty janky with some fenders and front end, and then just go see what it does.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter what the front end looks like. Just, I mean, I maybe not even run one, to be honest with you. To get to where you're at, and you need to be really, say, 3,200. You've only got $700 or $800 to work with there.
Right.
So, I like it. It's a great looking car too.
Yeah, so that one would be fun to show off, like you said, with a Challenger with say a small block Chevy, 350 something, not even an LS, something that you could pick up for $250 and
yeah, that's exactly right. Put a medium sized carb on it and a little bit of nitrous and go out and have some fun.
Right.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of a cool, something a little different than just our typical showing cars, in the drag and drive section, which, again, appreciate Racing Junk for putting that segment together. We featured most of the cars that are in there, so kind of doing some different stuff gives us a little bit of break and get some more cars a chance to show up in that segment.
That's awesome. And a big shout out to Tyler West, our contact there at Racing Junk. He sent over some banners for us to use during the circuit event to hang up. And then also, kind of how we do, we're going to end up giving those away as raffle items. So that'll be kind of fun. So appreciate them supporting us on that side too.
Sweet.
All right, man. Take us out, dude.
I think that wraps us up. Again, appreciate everybody tuning in here on a Saturday morning. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Love kicking off the weekend with this show. It's kind of my favorite thing to do on a Saturday morning. So appreciate all of you guys tuning in and can't wait to see you guys soon. And again, can't do it without all of our sponsors: Summit Racing Equipment, Deechworks, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cam, J-Wire Solution, AFCO Racing Products, Performabuilt Transmissions, Car Chains 3D, Low Dollar Motorsports, Power Tube TV, WAF Racing, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk. And we'll see you guys on Wednesday evening.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, and big shout out to Tom Bagley. We'll see you soon, buddy.
Yep.